So I was asked to remake this look and people wanted to know my routine, so here we go. I am using e.l.f. eye primer. You can get it at Target. I believe that's where I got it from. But basically I'm going to apply that on my eyelids and using my ring finger, rub all of that in. Being sure to get mainly the lid, the bottom lid, or the bottom part of my upper lid. I am now using a NYX crayon in the color Lime, and I'm placing that on the bottom part of my upper lid. I typically wouldn't do this. I would just use the primer, but for the look that I'm trying to recreate, this is what I happen to have done that day. So just kind of placing that a little liberally on the lid. Not too much because I don't want to promote any kind of creasing. I love this duochrome eyeshadow from MAC called Club. I love it because depending on how the light hits your eye, it can give so much depth and dimension to your eye, and it can pull out different colors at different times. And so I really like the look that it gives, and it's something easy to use when you're not trying to have to use several different colors, when you want to have that wow effect, but using less as possible. This is my eyeshadow to go to. I'm now taking a blending brush and just going back into that Club color and just kind of blending from the lid up. So I have it kind of heavy on the lid, but then I'm going to use the blending brush to kind of carry it up. And this is how you kind of get that look, as if you're using several different colors, but still just that same color, Club. This is Rice Paper, also by MAC, and using that same blending brush that I just used, I'm going to go and dip into it and highlight my eyebrows. Using a NYX Black Kohl pencil, I am going to line my upper lid on both eyes, going from outer edge all the way to the inner corner. And just a nice little thin but heavy line. On the bottom lid, you'll notice I'm only coloring only 1/3 of the way, and you'll see here shortly why I did that. Using a small tipped brush, I'm going to dip into Club again, go back into that Club color, and I'm now going to color over that black kohl pencil and use the eyeshadow to drag that black all the way over. So not only is it making that Club eyeshadow show up a little darker and have a different effect on my bottom lid, it's also setting that kohl eyeliner so that it doesn't run and smudge later. Using that same fine tip brush, I just go over a little bit over the black on top, just to smudge it out a little bit so there's no hard lines. Now, I love this concealer. I got it at a drugstore that I went into in my neighborhood, and I love it. But I'll put all the information below on the details of it, but I put it everywhere where I want to highlight, which is mainly under my eyes and forehead, nose, and chin. And I slowed down just there so I could show you how I'm using a patting motion for the most part to help get that concealer into my skin. So patting it down using a double-ended foundation brush. One is thin and pointed. The other side is more fluffy, but I'm going to pat that in, and then afterwards now flip to the more fluffier side and continue using a pressing motion to make sure I incorporate that highlight under my eyes. And I'm going up in a V motion to the end to kind of give my eyes a winged effect. And again, I like the highlight look, so I'm going to do the forehead, the nose, and the chin. This is another MAC product that I'm going to use to contour my face. I accidentally got it in the orange. But I'm going to go a little heavy because later on I'll blend it out when I'm putting on my foundation. But using the darker brown, I'm going to hit the contour areas, which is going to be your temple on left and right. And then you want to kind of create that shadow effect where the shadow hits your face. So right below the cheekbone and underneath the chin to give that slimming effect. Using a smaller tip brush, I then take that dark color and go down the sides of my nose, and this kind of helps to slim your nose. This again is something I don't do on a normal basis, but because I was doing the video, figured I'd show you how I do it when I do. I use a Clinique foundation. That's a powder foundation now. I was able to find that I really like how it matches my skin very well. But using a flat top brush, oops, I realized I forgot to do something. You want to make sure you set the concealer that you put under your eyes and your forehead and nose, because that was a cream-based concealer. So to help set that, I am using a MAC powder that's along that same color and patting it down using a sponge everywhere where I placed it on my face, and that helps to set it. Now, back to what I was doing before. Taking that flat brush and dipping it into my Clinique, I am going to use that foundation to help blend out everything that I did. Help blend out the contour lines, help blend out where the highlighted powder was placed. I'm not going to color, or I'm not going to put any foundation right under my eyes. So you see I'm using it to blend in those lines. I'm also using it around the edges of where I highlighted under my eyes, but being careful not to actually go over that section right under my eyes, because I still want that to be highlighted. I still want that to pop, but I don't want any hard lines. So you see I'm rubbing it in good because I want it to be just a smooth look. You have your darker areas where the shadows are hitting and your lighter areas where the light and the sun is hitting, or what we're mimicking it to be. Using a fluffy brush that has nothing on it. This is just a clean fluffy brush. I'm now just going to go over my whole face just to kind of get rid of any excess. And at this time I will go over that area right under my eyes, because again, this is just a way to kind of clean up any excess powder to give me a smoother look. This is a highlighter by MAC, and again, I will put all the information below. Or not a highlighter, I'm sorry, it's more like a bronzer. Bronzer highlighter. But anyways, I use it right at the top of my cheekbone, right under my eye, basically following where I did the highlighting. And this helps to give a really nice sun-kissed glow on your face. And I'm going to follow it, you know, along the nose, on the chin, forehead, everywhere, again, like I said, that I did the highlighting. Using my angled blush brush and my Sweetest Cocoa, also from MAC, I am going to start exactly where I contoured. Because a lot of it is kind of blended away when I'm using the foundation, this kind of helps bring back that contour a little bit more, just to re-emphasize it. And then from there, I kind of blend up a little bit. I don't like to go too heavy on my cheeks. I don't want to look like a clown. And again, this is a darker blush, so it helps in the contouring aspect as well. I do not typically add any crayon or powder or anything to my eyebrows. I just try and keep them tweezed or threaded and then just brush. They have a pretty decent arch if I do say so myself. Now just doing mascara, good old mascara, and I just use whatever I happen to have. I don't stick to any particular kind. This just happens to be falsies, which I actually like that kind, by the way, though. I have several of those. This is just a brown pencil. I don't even know who it's by, where I got it from anymore. It's kind of rubbed off on the pencil, but you can take any brown pencil or whatever color you so choose to use. And this is a lip gloss by Julep. I signed up for some kind of beauty club thing where they send you some every month, and this was one of the freebies, and it is now my new favorite lip gloss. Has a really nice pink, pale pink glow to it and a very nice shimmer. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed my video. Stay tuned for the next one.